Hey guys, Recon Pyro here, coming to you from Southwest Wyoming. This is my Gamers of Raw intro video. My gaming background is I started playing video games about over 30 years ago. I'm currently 34, about to turn 35. Um, of course, I've played the tabletop games, D&D, um, Vampire the Masquerade, Rift Worlds, and of course some of the uh, collectible card games, Magic the Gathering. I guess that's the only one I've played. My first gaming console was the Atari 2600 and ColecoVision. And my first gaming rig PC was the Commodore 64, and it came preloaded with Zork, so that was awesome. Um, I do have and nurture a family of gamers. My son is a gamer, my daughter is a gamer also. They're really big into that. I wanted well, I guess I should say I got into video games because at a young age I was very interested in becoming a video game developer. Wanted to be a programmer, things like that. Um, in elementary school we had like the Apple IIgs, and we used BASIC to write, simple line, um, input commands, and you get certain results. A lot of it was like, 1 plus 1 equals 2, and math and based stuff based on that. Later on, when the Apple Macintosh came out and they had HyperCard, uh, we were using HyperCard to develop dungeon crawler RPGs and D&D based character role programs. It was for in-game use by like a dungeon master for the tabletops, including a bestiary to test characters against enemies, random number generators for dice, anywhere from like die 10 to die 100, and auto rollers for attacks. That way, um, you know, say you attack an enemy and then they block. Did it all automatically. It was simple. It wasn't very expansive. Um, it wasn't like a complete D&D bestiary, but it was just enough for me and my friends, you know, in our spare time to prove that we could do it as sixth, seventh graders. Um, but you know, that interest in wanting to be a video game developer has kept me passionate about video games to this day. Um, the systems that I use, PC, and some of the older school video game emulators that I use on PC. I'm really big on Xbox One. I play it almost every day, and that's what I mainly stream on. Um, I still have the Xbox 360. I'm looking really forward to the reverse compatibility that Microsoft is rolling out on Xbox One, because there's a lot of titles that I really would like to stream and do kind of like a retro thing, bring some of my old school friends who just, you know, really beasted in co-op modes and, going through story modes and stuff like that. That's, uh, my big interest in playing is playing co-op games and things like that. Let's see, in my home, of course, with the PC, Xbox One, Xbox 360, we have three Xbox 360s, one PS1, a PS3, PS2, PSP, uh, an NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, two Atari 2600s with 98 cartridges, and I think a couple of Nintendo DSs. Um, my style of gameplay, like I said, I do a lot of co-op. I do competitive, but when I do play competitive, I don't like to play alone. I usually play with friends of mine, other gamers, not necessarily like pro level, but people who are entertaining. Uh, I like to get a lot of laughs. Um, I yeah, I do some impersonations, and when I get bored, they do come out. That is like kind of my hidden talent. Some of the other skills that I have is I do Photoshop, as you can tell from the my splash that I got going here. I've done video editing. I'm into social networking, knowing people, connecting people. Um, I have been a gaming community management, been a part of the management and development. Um, the gaming community that I was with before kind of crumbled from internal politics. So um, while I was a part of that gaming community, I was the tournament organizer. We also had professional teams that I worked with that strategized. Um, I coached, and back in, I don't know, what was it, like Call of Duty 4 on hardcore team deathmatch, one of the top 100 teams in the world on game battles. But like I said, the community fell apart because of internal politics, and so that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for communities for a long time until I came to Gamers Raw, thanks to Corporate Level Ninja. Yeah, I gave you a shout out, Dylan. There you go. Like I said, um, my hidden talent impersonations, you'll see it throughout my stream. My non-gaming hobbies is a really big movie buff and music. Uh, I have a DVD collection of over 3,000 movies, television shows, and random stuff. Um, see, music. I listen to anything and everything. So as soon as I get it to where I'm streaming through my PC on the console, I will be having song requests and things like that. Um, I'm really into guns and the outdoors and off-roading, things of that nature. So along with that, my streams, like if I'm going to be playing some first-person shooters, I may go in, grab my chest rig, which most people they call it a bulletproof vest, but it's not a vest. It's what they call a chest rig, and just to lighten the mood. I've got an old army. It's like a winter hat that goes underneath the helmets. I think it's from like Vietnam era and stuff. A little bit of dress up to lighten the mood while I'm doing my streams and stuff like that. Um, I got into Gamers Raw because of, like I said, Corporate Level Ninja. You'll see him on there as Core Level Ninja, but it's corporate. Uh, Dylan brought me to the website and he explained it all to me, and I thought it was a great community, something that I could um, build on to reach a wider network and promote myself and just get out there and be seen. My hopes and expectations is, of course, sorry, computer came unplugged. Give me just a minute. My hopes and like I was saying, my hopes and expectations is to get seen, have a larger audience, get into the partnership programs with Twitch, with YouTube, and actually bring an income in which I can in turn give back to the community, and make this like all of us gamers want to get paid to play games. There's a phrase, and I've used it on my Facebook page. If you do what you love and get paid for it, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's where I want to be. And like I said, I want to give back to the community as much as I can. So, in turn with trying to get myself promoted and get myself into the developing sponsor, things like that. I want to see all the Nerd Knights get, to the point where they're developing sponsor and they're able to give giveaways and get their followers and get the page likes on Facebook and the Twitter followers and the YouTube subscribers, all that. And just see Gamers Raw grow as a whole and just become a a powerhouse to contend with as far as communities, because there's many of them out there. You see them all, the Angry Army, or the oh, KSG, not KSG. Don't remember the name of them now because they've apparently become insignificant to me. But you know, and a lot of those communities that I've seen out there, they're to promote one single person. And Gamers Raw is different in the fact where they want to see each and every one of us become more than we can be. So that's it for me now. I hope to get to know each and every one of you within the Nerd Nights, and hope to see your streams. I plan on following each and every one of you, so in return, please like, follow, share these right here, and let's get this ball rolling and start a revolution.